Hi and welcome to my channel. Today I'm going to show you how to crochet this pretty granny square. It's called Farmhouse Granny Square. So we're going to start with a magic ring. This is how I make mine. I hold the yarn between my fingers, grab it and twist it up, pinch it at the cross section here, insert my hook from the front, grab the yarn, twist down and pull through. That's our magic ring. We want to chain 2 now and make a double crochet. To double crochet, we're going to yarn over, insert our hook into the ring, grab our yarn and pull through. Now we're going to yarn over and pull through 2 loops and yarn over and pull through 2 loops. So for our first round here, we want to make 8 of these double crochet clusters. This is our first one, and the 7 are a little bit different. They're going to be a partial double crochet clusters, each one separated by chain 2. So we've got our first one, we're going to chain 2, and now on to our next one. So to start the partial double crochet, we're going to yarn over, insert our hook into the ring, grab our yarn and pull through. Now we're going to yarn over, pull through 2 loops, and that's where we're going to stop. We're not going to yarn over, pull through the next 2 just yet. We're going to yarn over, insert our hook back into the ring, grab our yarn, pull through, yarn over, pull through 2, and now we've got 3 loops on our hook. We're going to yarn over, pull through all 3, and that gives us our second cluster. So we want 8 in total, so we're going to chain 2 again and on to our next one. Yarn over, insert your hook into the ring, grab your yarn, yarn over, pull through 2 loops on your hook, yarn over again into the ring, yarn over, pull through 2 loops, and now you have 3 loops left. You're going to yarn over, pull through all 3, and that's our third cluster. So carry on and I'll see you when I've made my 8. I now have my 8 groups of 2 partial double crochets. So I'm going to chain 2 and complete my first round by slip stitching into the second chain here that we started from. So to slip stitch, insert your hook into the stitch under it, grab your yarn, pull through, and just pull straight through the other loop. Now you want to take your tail and give it a little pull to close the round. To start our second round, we're going to slip stitch into this next chain 2 space. So again, insert your hook in there, grab your yarn, pull through and pull straight through. Now we're going to chain 2, which counts as our first partial double crochet, and we're going to make 2 more partial double crochets into the same chain 2 space to give us a total of 3. As you can see here, each one, we're starting on a corner here, so this is a 3, this is a 3, and we're going to carry on with full double crochets again 3. So we're starting on our corner section, and our corner section will consist of 1 group of 3 partial double crochets, chain 2, and another group of 3 partial double crochets. So let's do the 2 partial double crochets here. So yarn over, insert your hook into the same space, grab your yarn, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, go into the same space, yarn over, pull through 2, and now pull through, yarn over, pull through all 3. So that's our first cluster. Now we're going to chain 2 and do our second cluster into the same space. So yarn over, into the space, pull through 2, yarn over, back into the same space, pull through 2, and yarn over into the same space again, pull through 2, and now pull through all 4. That's our second cluster, and that's going to be our corner. Now you're going to chain 2 and go on to the next chain 2 space, which is going to be one of our sides. So our side spaces will consist of 3 regular double crochets into this chain space. So yarn over, insert your hook, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2. That's our regular double crochet. So we need 2 more. Pull through 2 and pull through 2. And one last one. So that's going to be our side. Now next space is going to be our corner space again. So we'll chain 2 and we're going to do a cluster, chain 2 and another partial double crochet cluster. So yarn over, insert your hook, pull through 2, yarn over, go into the same space, pull through 2, yarn over again into the same space, pull through 2, now yarn over, pull through all 4, and chain 2, and our second cluster goes into the same space there, pull through 2 and 2 and 2. Now yarn over, pull through all 4 and chain 2. So now we have 2 corners and a side. Next space is a side again. I've got a bit of a tangled yarn here. I'm gonna untangle it before it's too late. There we go. In the next space, 3 regular double crochets. That's our second side. We're onto the corner again. So cluster, chain 2 and cluster. Okay, carry on like this round and I will meet you at the end. I've now completed my second round and I've chained 2. I'm going to slip stitch at the top of the first stitch. So again, insert your hook under the top 2 loops, grab your yarn, pull through and pull straight through. That is our second round and it's beginning to square off now. So to start round 3, again we're going to slip stitch into this space here, chain 2 space into our corner space, and again we're going to chain 2, and as we're in a corner again we're going to make our corner sequence. So a cluster stitch, chain 2, cluster stitch. So we've got one of the stitches already. Now 2 partial double crochets into the same space, yarn over, pull through. That's our 1. Going to chain 2 and another cluster here, And now the difference is that in our chain 2 spaces for our sides, we're only going to be making 2 double crochets. So we'll make 2 double crochets here, then double crochets on top of our existing double crochets, another 2 double crochets in the chain 2 space, and followed by our corner sequence. So we've chain 2, make 2 double crochets into our chain 2 space, and now on top of our existing double crochets we'll do double crochets. So find your spaces, go under the top 2 loops of that stitch. No, I didn't yarn over. So yarn over, go under the top 2 loops and make a double crochet. Now on top of the next one, and the next one, and in our chain 2 space we'll make 2 more double crochets. Now we're going into our corner, so we're going to chain 2 and do our corner sequence. Chain 2, and now we're coming on to the other side. So again 2 double crochets in the space, double crochet on top of each of the previous one, and 2 double crochets here. This first one is a little bit tricky, so just pull your stitch apart until you can find the opening. And 2 more in the chain 2 space. And now chain 2 and on to our next corner sequence. I'll finish this round and I'll see you at the end. So I'm at the end of round 3. I've chained 2 and now I'm just going to slip stitch the top of the stitch here. There we are. And this is how we're going to carry on every subsequent round. To start, we're going to slip stitch into the next corner space. We're going to chain 2, and because we're in the corner, we're going to make our corner sequence here. Then we're going to, in every space, every chain 2 space on the side, we're going to put 2 double crochets in. And we're going to put a double crochet on top of every double crochet from previous round on the sides. So I'll do a little bit more with you. So this is our corner. Then chain 2, then we on to our side chain 2 space, so we'll stick 2 double crochets in there, and then double crochet on top of each of these double crochets from previous round. and we're going into the next chain 2 space, so 2 double crochets in there, and chain 2 and onto our corner sequence here. And chain 2, and we'll carry on the side. So I'm now done with my round 4, so I'm going to again slip stitch on the top of the stitch here, and I'm going to finish here. I'm just going to make a regular size, but if you want to carry on, you can just go round and round again and make them as big as you like. So if you're finishing 2, cut your yarn, leave a bit of a tail for sewing in, and pull through. Now we're going to grab our tail here and pull and close our magic ring again, and all it's left to do, you're going to sew in your ends on the other side. And here we are, that's our Farmhouse Granny Square. I hope you enjoyed this tutorial. I'll see you in the next video.